Minecraft Skyblock has recently reset, and that means everyone has to start over and rebuild their islands. So today, that is going to be my plan to start over and rebuild my island. So without further ado, let's begin. So we are here on our island, and we need to go ahead and start destroying it. I know that sounds kind of weird, but essentially we want to be at the bottom of our world or island level. So if we go ahead and break this block here, the water is going to flow down to a limit down here, and essentially that is our limit. And we're gonna build down to there. So we need to grab out all the dirt that we can find here, and we're gonna be destroying the islands around us. We can destroy this one, and this one. It's better to start on the bottom of the world in case you want to build a big contraption and use more space. It's just way more optimal. What I might actually do is go ahead, put the wood like this that I gathered, and then we'll break all of this underneath. So then we have our water to get up and down when we need to, because we don't have fly currently. We literally cannot fly. All right, let's bridge over to here, and we're gonna grab all our loot. I did do all of my kits currently, so everything we have is here. We're actually going to put this chest down at the bottom once we get down here quickly, so we're gonna go all the way down. There we go. So we go back to our island, and we're gonna go down again, and we're gonna place a block on this level, and now we're at the bottom that we can go to. So now we just need to build a platform at the very edge and corner of our island here, so we're gonna go ahead and get that situated, and we are definitely going to need to place down the grass blocks in that chest because we need this all to grow into grass, and money is scarce currently. We only have like $300, which we haven't even claimed yet. It's in the chest. And if you do want the custom texture pack that I have created for the game, it is quite literally in my Discord server down below in the pinned comment. I thought I'd mention it because I did update it for the latest version that the server is currently running on, so I highly recommend you go ahead and download it if you want a better experience. So what we're gonna do is go here. We're gonna put our chest right here for now. We're gonna swim all the way up to the top. Got our $300, our XP, 500 of it, and I completely forgot I need to break the chest as well. That would be smart because we're gonna make a double, which would be very optimal. So we'll go ahead, place that in, put all this away, and we'll start expanding in a bit here. We just gotta destroy a decent bit more of stuff. So now that we have gotten everything down here, I think we need to go ahead and get a pickaxe going, and the best way to do that is start growing trees. So we're just gonna place down 2 trees down here, let those grow hopefully while we're destroying the rest of this, because there is some stone that is a bit bugged when you actually break over at the edge here, because these blocks don't break instantly for some reason. As you can see, when I stand out here, I'm outside the island, but I can still break it if of course I'm inside of the island. I guess we could just go ahead and punch the stone. That's not a big problem, but it's definitely annoying that that's even a thing. So I think I'll just punch it instead of making a pickaxe, but we are gonna wait for those trees to grow still, because realistically we're gonna need them to make wood nodes or log nodes in a sense, I guess. Those are very useful for getting a lot of progression going. Also, I did forget to mention that in the Discord as well, which is also of course in the pinned comment, I'm going to be giving away a Golden Age Cosmic Crate and of course a loot box bundle 3 times Scorched. So of course these are going to be in the Discord server in a giveaway, and I'm gonna be opening these in a bit here for myself because I do get some as a creator. All right, let's get rid of the rest of this. Quite literally, we are halfway done destroying everything on the island so far. So one thing I think we're gonna do is leave the cobblestone generator island for the time being, and we'll just have water to float up there. It's not really in the way. We'll get rid of it at some point. All right, we should be done here. So there we go. We got rid of that, but we do need to go ahead, set our island home. We're gonna just set it here for the time being. We'll get a better location at some point in time, of course. Looks like the tree grew here. That is good, but we do need to grab our bucket, and we're gonna move all the way over to this area. So I need to bridge over without falling, because that would be a pain to get back up. And I think we're just gonna go ahead, place 3 wood down, and do the same thing we did over there, but put the water here, and then we'll make a path down below. So we'll go ahead, get across here, and break the rest of this, and we should be fine. So we've destroyed our island completely. That is good. We have room to work with, and the trees are grown that we can start mining for resource fragments for logs. I'm gonna show the crafting menu here in a moment. Let's just go ahead and break this. So if I can go ahead and type /crafting and go here, we have all the crafting recipes in the game for resources. And then of course there are recipes, but that's a whole different story. They're completely different, but still useful use some of these materials. So to give a rundown on how this works, you just read over each thing from left to right is how it's created. So if I want to make a log node, we need 5 of these in a crafting table. So we go here and we have 4 log nodes already. Let's go. And now we can place down more saplings, which I did find out last map, a really good method to get a lot of log nodes going easily. So we're going to do that really quickly here. All right, so I've bridged over to the water. What we are going to do is place down a ton of saplings right next to each other, because on Cosmic Sky, you don't really need to have them separated near each other to compact it. You can quite literally just place them all in like this, and that's what we're going to be doing to make sure we're getting the most amount of log nodes early on. And now any of the blocks that say building blocks are kind of obsolete, if I'm going to be honest. They're not good for crafting. As you can see, the tree grew there, but we do need to go ahead and start doing our tutorial. I know we get tools from this, so we definitely need to get to the point where we get tools as a reward. If you want to do tutorial to learn everything about the game, quite literally it teaches you everything there is to know, but we need to make a wooden hoe, I think. I can't actually get a stone hoe right now. So place down the crafting bench, we'll go ahead and make a hoe. We have a hoe that we got, and we did that step in the tutorial, and we can start getting our island farming going, which is going to be good. We do need to keep copying everything that it's telling us to do here. I am going to quickly break this. Now it's telling us to make a log node. We quite literally already have made a log node, so we got to make more, and we'll probably not need to use any more trees after this for quite some time. Place a log node on your island. Okay, we'll do that. Mine 3 log nodes, and then when you get loot in your collect, that usually is from tutorial, you do /collect. So now we have a stone pickaxe, which is going to help us with the next bit of tutorial. So the particles that are actually on my screen right now are telling me to mine at the cobblestone generator. We're going to do that in a bit here. I just want to get the rest of these grown and done with here for the trees. And the thing is, when you want to level your island, on the scoreboard it says island level 1. The way you level your island is doing like certain actions that essentially require like nodes and farming, all sorts of stuff like that. So right now, that is kind of what we have to do. So we got rid of most of the leaves. There is one more that's going to grow, one of the saplings down there. We're just going to do our cobblestone generator mining for a bit. One thing I did do was place down a wooden plank here so we can just hold down left click without anything breaking. But now our island tool for our pickaxe is leveling up. If you do /island tools or is tools, it tells you what you get on each type of tool. So make sure to read over that. It's very important if you're interested in extra buffs. There we go. We craft a node here. It requires, I believe, 12 to make cobblestone nodes. So we got that done, and we have to mine 10 of them. So instead of mining them instantly, we're just going to go ahead and get 10 nodes, place them down, then mine them. So then we have 10 nodes. While we're sitting here mining out a decent bit of cobblestone resource fragments, I do want to say, if you are going to purchase anything on the Cosmic Store, make sure to use my creator code. It directly supports me, and I'd appreciate it a lot. It is quite literally my branding name, and I'd appreciate it. But there we go. We got enough resource fragments, and we got enough cobblestone nodes. And as you can see, when we try and place them, there is a requirement that we do need to go ahead and mine more log nodes. It's saying in the chat that we need more progression to unlock the cobblestone nodes, so we'll go ahead and get all these mined out in order to get more log nodes to then get this done super quickly. And as you can see on the scoreboard, our island XP is going up quite a bit, and with the log nodes you get wood scraps that you can actually make into wood logs that are craftable into things. So we're definitely going to hold on to these, at least get a stack in our chest at all times. But now we are able to mine all the cobblestone, and there we go, we're done that. Now we craft 8 cobblestone out of the resource cobblestone scraps, a little bit over a stack I think, which should be fine. And we don't want to harvest this wheat because apparently we do need to harvest wheat at some point for a tutorial challenge, so we definitely need to wait until this is grown and just let it sit there. Okay, we should have enough to make 8 cobblestone. There we go. And now we need to make a furnace, which means we are going to be smelting some wood. So we need to craft 8 logs, which we can do instantly. And then it says to smelt 2 oak logs, so we're just going to put this in, even though that's not a efficient method of how to smelt. Either way, we need to smelt 2 of these to get charcoal, which is going to help us craft a bone meal, which turns out we don't actually need to wait for this to grow. I completely forgot that's how this works. So we're going to mine a little bit more cobblestone because we can use this bone meal for wheat specifically to grow it instantly. And we go there, boom, and we do this. And now we harvest the wheat. As you can see, progression bar. There we go. We got it done. Surely we get some good loot here. Oh, we got a baby auto harvester bot. It is the tutorial one, which you can only place 1 on your island, and it is a baby, which essentially is the worst version out of the 2 versions. the baby and non-baby. And we got a cod bait block. That is going to be useful. Place your bait block underwater. So how am I going to do that when I don't have water available? Okay, so what we're going to do is do this for the time being. Put our bait block here, and then we place our baby bot down. Okay, so now we need to smelt 9 logs in a furnace. So we're going to go ahead, craft the 4. Let's smelt all those down into charcoal because we're going to make our first fuel node, which we're going to use with this. It's going to ask us, I believe, to put fuel in, so we'll just wait on that. Maybe mine out some more cobble while we're waiting. Honestly, I wasn't going to end up doing tutorial, but it is kind of worth it to give a rundown of the game mode. And just because you do unlock a good booster at the end of it all, so it's definitely worth it. You get a lot of good loot to teach you through the game and everything. It's just, it's not as important to me as it is to some people. While I'm at it, I am going to go ahead, start placing in some grass. We're going to start filling this all in, and I am going to move these nodes to be on the actual floor level, just so we can grow all the grass first, and then we'll move them back. I think that's what I want to do, because just so we have a nice grass platform for our island. But if we go in here, we can craft this into a fuel node, and then we have to mine it, I think, a few times. Oh, I just realized we can't actually run away from the furnace. As you can see, it didn't actually progress through that. So we need to go ahead, put all this in, and stand next to it. And I guess we can just go ahead and start smelting the rest of these, get a few more of these going, because I think we have to mine this 3 times. All right, we did /crafting, we make a fuel node, and then we mine 5 of them. Okay, never mind. And then once we get that done, it's gonna ask us to place the bot down, and there we go, we should be done. Now we place it in the baby bot, and then we take it out so it doesn't get wasted. Run /collect, get a baby mining bot, place it on top of the fuel nodes, run collect again, and get rabbit spawners and some XP and a trident for fishing. While I'm waiting for the rabbits to spawn so we can kill them, we do need to go ahead and get more wood, because I'm going to start getting a lot of fuel nodes for automation in the future. I am going to move the fuel nodes over here, so there we go, that is situated. Let's go ahead, kill some rabbits. Now we need to go ahead, use our trident here, get the cod, because apparently it wants us to cook it, or no, it wants us to sell it. Never mind. Sell hand. Now with the XP we got, we are gonna do /enchanter. If you don't have the rank to do this, you go to spawn and purchase the book there at the enchant table, but we're gonna buy a cheap book, which is for armor. Gonna open that, get protection 2. By doing that, we get even more XP in books, and we now gotta apply something to our gear, which the same concept goes for the anvil. So we are gonna go ahead, do /anvil, and put Prot 2 on the chest plate, which reminds me, adventure kits are a thing. You can claim a kit every 12 hours and they level up when you do adventure runs. They're really good to start out with. I highly recommend it. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead, purchase a basic trinket with the science scraps we have. So what you're gonna do is click on this, get the trinket, put the gold scraps in there so you have usages in your trinket, which is good. So now we need to do the adventure tutorial, which is pretty easy. So while we're at it, we're gonna go ahead, open some books, get sharpness 3, but we're gonna do /ADV, go into one of the adventures. We're gonna go in this one. So now we gotta kill some mobs in adventure here. As you can see, you have to earn a basic chest, which isn't too difficult if you have food from your starter kit, if you keep it, of course. So now we just gotta kill some of these mobs, get a basic chest, get whatever loot it provides. All right, we're 20 out of 25. We're almost there. All right, we got it. Now we gotta claim the chest without dying. Let's go ahead, right click it, get all the loot. You can left click it to instantly get the loot, which is good. I recommend doing that instead. And we got some adventure quest points, which I don't really know how they work. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's a new feature. But either way, we got chicken spawner shards to make a chicken spawner and sweet berries, which we'll need in the future. Also, I didn't even notice we got another chest, which technically happens with the marauder kills on the tab list. It's a whole different system of how you claim chests so you can get even more. So technically right now we're getting 2 chests every 25 kills. We'll go ahead, left click them to get our loot, and we got dust and a log node. Not bad. Gonna use our trinket there to heal up. Gotta use it again because I am throwing. One thing I do recommend is staying within the lawful area. The way you know you're not in lawful is if you cross over a yellow line in adventure. That usually means you're entering neutral, which means you can lose 25% of this loot, but keep your armor. If you enter the red corners of the map, that is essentially asking to lose everything, so don't do that. It's essentially the chaotic zone where PvPers go. I highly recommend staying away from there. And we got our first adventure level. We're adventure level 2 now. It said it in the chat. Basically, they give buffs. You can do adventure levels as a command. It'll tell you what you get from getting those adventure levels. It's worth looking into if you're gonna do a lot of adventuring though. So let the mobs kill me, and they took me to spawn. You don't have to actually type it. And as you can see, I have everything that we obtained in there. All right, we'll do /recipes, do /collect, and get our cheap bread recipe, and of course, some science scraps that we'll put in our trinket. We got a Smite 3 book that we're gonna put on the sword so we can do more damage. And cheap bread, we do need to go ahead and redeem for another tutorial challenge. And then we do /recipes, and we're gonna craft one. We need 1 wheat and 8 wood scraps. So we just need to mine 1 log node and use the wheat we got from earlier. All right, go ahead, do that. /collect, and now we get a beehive, which we are gonna place right here and right click it, because basically beehives grow crops quicker. They spawn the bees, they pollinate the crops, they grow quicker. Pretty easy to understand. /wiki, and then /collect. We are now done tutorial. And with this booster, once you activate it, you do start the countdown. So we are gonna hold on to it for a bit and then use it. Maybe in a different video because I don't want to use it early on. But there we go, tutorial is all done. So what we're gonna do is grab out our hoe from the chest. I did move our spawner over, and we're gonna put down the beehive in the center here. We just need some water, which I could make a water source, but I'm just gonna buy a bucket. Even though it is $100, it's quite a bit of money. We are gonna go ahead and put the beehive over top of that, and we're gonna start tilling all this land, making it enough room for a full wheat farm. So we're just gonna hold off on expanding it any further, even though this is not the full length. And of course, we can put down all the wheat seeds now, and we are gonna go ahead and open up our bundles that we have here, and the cosmic crate. We're just gonna go through our starting loot for the map. We're gonna do the cosmic crate right here. Let's see what we get. I'm just wanting anything that'll help us progress. Okay, we got a collection chest, spawners, what else? Automation bots, more collection chests, and then our final reward should be here. Here we go. A loot box bundle, okay. What I think I'm gonna do is just go through all the loot really quick that we need to hold on to. So we're just gonna speed run open all of these. We got 3 cow spawners, okay, I'll take that definitely. We got a cod bait block, I'll take it. We are on cod currently, so that'll be useful. A random baby bot. We got a loot box bundle here, and what do we win? Gems, unfortunate. We got a stone gear maker pack that we'll save for next video. Oh, it looks like we got a good chest plate from the actual loot box itself. I'll take it. All right, another loot box bundle. All right, last loot box, and there we go. I think we're done opening everything. So we have a ton of things we're gonna have to open: gems and stone gear maker packs. But that being said, we got a lot of good loot from that we're gonna have to utilize at some point in time. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I do appreciate all the support, and I will see you all in the next one.